of the grand final they will perform, and we'll keep that for later. For now, hey, welcome to Lisbon and welcome to Portugal. And how was your second rehearsal? And did you change a lot from the first rehearsal?
Well, actually, it didn't change. We just checked a little bit better the sound, the mixing, and the stage itself. It's really big.
Because it's really big.
Yeah, it's really big. You gotta feel it.
There's a lot of people talking about the overlays because you're not exactly. It's not like it's the translation of the song, but it's not like a proper lyrics video. So it's something different. Can you explain a bit what was the idea behind this staging? It can be either for either of you.
Well, we just wanted to keep intact the meaning of the lyrics without translating it, because when you translate a song, the lyrics of a song, it actually loses something. So we just wanted to give the audience the possibility to understand exactly what we wanted to say with the song. And in the overlays, we found a good solution, I think.
Very good solution. And it makes it all much more universal in the sense that it can be understood by anyone. But what is specifically Italian about your song? Like, okay, that's the universal part, a message that everyone can relate, because we all been through this situation, at least watching it and witnessing it. But what makes the song like very Italian?
Sì, sicuramente l'interpretazione che gli diamo noi, perché parla non soltanto di un messaggio universale, non racconta soltanto un disagio universale.
It's the interpretation we're giving to the song, of course, and it has a double meaning. It's not just the universal message you mentioned, but there is a personal side in the lyrics.
Ma racconta soprattutto le nostre vite, quello che noi abbiamo provato camminando e crescendo per le nostre strade.
It tells a lot about our stories, personal stories as well, what we've felt growing up and making this path until today.
Ed è questo che sicuramente la rende italiana, perché racconta la vita di due persone cresciute in Italia.
So that's what makes the song very Italian, telling the story of two people that grew up in Italy and are Italian.
Thank you.
No, when we sing, you haven't done anything to me. Every one of us has in front of his eyes his own personal story, So maybe every one of us can see something different in those lyrics, because at least once in your life you have fallen, and at least once you had to raise up. So it's so personal, okay? And make a connection. Being true to yourself. Was the main thing. I think the main concern of this song. What makes it Italian? Well, maybe the fact that I'm not Italian actually. I'm Albanian. And so this song is about us all. It's about fear and courage. So fear and courage doesn't have nationality.
But the fact that you were born in Albania, does that make you have like a wider vision also of the Italian society? So that you can look at it?
I've been studying it for years.
And what are the conclusions so far?
Well, it's a great country, great people, and I couldn't be more happy being there.
Talking about great results, like in the last few years, maybe for Nicola, the head of delegation, you've had excellent results in Eurovision because you're bringing your best artists. and they are obviously a good example. You're also bringing the song directly from your biggest musical show, and you're being true to yourselves. Like, you're showing in Eurovision true Italian music that Italians like to hear, and yet you have good results. Do you think more countries should have the same approach, or do you think like every solution is possible?
I don't know. I think I'm not entitled to say what other countries should do or shouldn't do.
No, but from your perspective, because it's working for you.
I think for us it worked. We're lucky because we have a very established national selection. It's been there longer than the Eurovision itself. It inspired actually the Eurovision Song Contest. So, and all the artists that go to Sanremo are established artists. They have a very strong career behind them. They have very thorough musical project that they have been working on. So I think it makes, as a head of delegation, for sure it makes my life much easier, because I mean we already have a very good material, and be conscious that Sanremo has a huge interest of the Italian society at any level. So, and the voting process is pretty elaborated. You have a lot of votes coming from the public, the audience, the microscopic juries, the journalists. So basically, when a song wins Sanremo, and that's the case of Ermal and Fabrizio, they won on every possible. They won every juries, every one of the people who were allowed to vote voted for them. And these already give you a very good start, because you have the love, you have the support of your audience. And if so many people are behind the song, it means that it has to be something good on it. And for us, from my very own personal perspective, it's much easier to work in this framework, rather than choosing someone that you never know if people might connect to it. It's a signal, it's a start, it's a very good starting point for us.
In few words, there are big expectations, and we are freaking out, literally.
Okay, let's go to the press questions. Yes, there in the back.
Hi, Alistair Birch from Eurofile. I have a question for Ermal, please. I understand you've been having problems with your gas supply. Can you tell us about it? And why were you distracted?
Well, I had problems because in the last 3 months I had never been home, because I had a lot of things to do, going up and down, back and forth in Italy, in different towns, and live shows, and my gas supply was interrupted because I didn't pay the bills. So when I got back home, I was thinking, oh my God, I'm looking forward to have a shower. Only cold water. Oh my God, it's cold. What can I do? What can I do? I called the gas man. I don't know how you say it. And he came the day after and said, this is all right. There's no glitch in it. Maybe, did you pay the bills? Oh, I don't know. Let me see. Didn't pay the bills. I'm sorry, man. So I survived for another week with cold water, but you know, it makes you stronger.
Okay, here in the first row, another question from the press. Thank you.
Buongiorno, mi chiamo Kritsavos da Ogare, Grecia. We have a saying in Greece that Italians and Greeks are una faccia, una razza. Comunque, do you know any Greek artists, and have you collaborated with them? Because I know that many Italian singers collaborate with Greek singers. And have you plans for concerts in Greece? Thank you very much.
Thank you for your question.
Io non conosco personalmente artisti della Grecia, non so tu. No, però abbiamo in piano un tour in tutta Europa, non soltanto in Grecia, quindi sicuramente verremo a trovare anche voi.
He doesn't know personally Greek artists, he never met one, but you know, he's really looking forward to a European tour, so he definitely wants to come to Greece and play.
It would be great.
Yeah. You can meet Jana Terzi here in Lisbon. Yeah, here in the third row.
Hello, Team Italy. Good afternoon. It's JP from Radio International. Ermal and Fabrizio, you are both huge artists in your own right, with sales in gold and platinum. You went to the Sanremo Song Festival. What made you put in a song knowing that you're going to Eurovision? You could go to Eurovision. What made you decide to go for the Eurovision Song Contest? What are your expectations from it?
Allora, le aspettative non ci sono, ma neanche a Sanremo c'erano aspettative, perché veniamo qui per portare un messaggio. Questa è la cosa più importante, lo stesso messaggio che abbiamo cercato di diffondere, che abbiamo diffuso con molta potenza in Italia.
We don't have expectation, but we didn't have expectation at Sanremo either. I mean, we're coming here to bring this strong message to the people, so that's what we really did in Sanremo, and we hope we're going to do here at Eurovision. So make the people feel, unite and feel this message.
E lo stesso messaggio stiamo cercando di portarlo in Europa, perché l'Eurovision è un amplificatore molto più potente di quello che abbiamo, diciamo, usato finora. E speriamo che questo messaggio di pace, di coraggio e di speranza venga diffuso il più possibile in tutto il mondo, non soltanto in tutta Europa.
So we came to Eurovision because of course
Yes.
It can amplify the message that we brought to Sanremo, and we want people to understand this message of hope and courage and being united, and this is a strong vehicle for of course the message of our song.
Speaking of strong messages, Fabrizio, you're not doing it just by singing, because you also you presented a docu-reality called Svare in 2011. Can you tell us a bit about that? So you have another side and not just as a singer.
Sì, ho girato quel documentario nel 2011 interamente dentro al carcere di Rebibbia, che è un penitenziario che sta proprio accanto al quartiere dove io sono nato.
So he shot that documentary in 2011 in the jail of Rebibbia in Rome, and it's the jail close to the neighborhood where he grew up actually.
Sono stato a contatto con i detenuti per tanto tempo, ogni giorno.
I've been in touch and close to the convicted for every day for a long time.
Lì dove ci siamo conosciuti, no?
E mi ricordo che la cosa che ho apprezzato di più in quel momento della mia vita, dove entravamo la mattina alle 9 e uscivamo la sera alle 18, era proprio che l'aria, il traffico di Roma, ogni piccolo particolare in cui io non davo importanza nella mia vita da uomo libero, in quel momento l'ho apprezzato 100 volte di più.
So every day I was going there from 9 until 6 in the evening and living the life there with these people. I really started to appreciate it more, every single detail of my personal life, even the traffic of Rome. I mean, I felt that I had to enjoy it more and more every single moment.
La libertà è il valore più importante nella vita di ogni uomo.
Freedom is the most important value in people's life.
And your song is definitely also about freedom, so it's a lot of strength in its message. Okay, one last question from Australia. Sorry. Quick one, please.
Okay. Ciao. From Blair Martin, Radio 4ZZZ, Brisbane, Australia. Tomorrow in my home state it's Labour Day, a day for celebrating workers' rights. I think your song has got so much power for a political message, but a really strong one. Italian music is like that, and I really appreciate what you've brought to Eurovision this year. Can you tell us how political you would like your music to be, and how you want the world to appreciate that?
we never thought of this song as a political message. This is a social message. It talks about people. And yes, it's true. People do politics, but people are much more involved with their own lives, with surviving even everyday life. Because now we can talk about all these things, looking each other in the eyes, but a lot of people don't. They don't have this possibility, this chance. When we talk about politics, we should talk before that about hope and hope should give something to politicians and not on the contrary, because they're not different entities from us. We choose them, we feed them, and we carry them on our shoulders. But we don't work for them, they work for us. This is what I think.
Lots of interesting, deep thoughts, and I thank you for that. And now it's actually time for something a bit lighter, which is the decision on which half of the grand final you will perform. I don't know which of you will want to take the honor of choosing Fabrizio.
I want it to be his fault.
Just pick one?
No,
yeah,
two
just stay here on this side. Okay.
No, I don't know that, man.
It's a huge responsibility. Nobody wants to take it. Okay. I should. Okay. Gira. And here's the decision. Okay, you can open it and show it to the camera, please. Yeah. Okay, it's going to be a dramatic revelation.
Okay.
Okay, some happy faces here. Thank you so much, Ermal, Fabrizio Moro, representing Italy, and the best of luck for Saturday.